Everybody on the WolfQuest team has been busy for the past few weeks working on various things, a lot of which will be in the next patch, which will probably come next week. So while we're waiting for all that to come together, let's take a quick look at the place names that we've settled on for the Slough Creek map. So we got lots of ideas. Thank you very much to everybody who submitted ideas. Here's the map, some new names out of there. Let's zoom in so we can read them. Start in the northwest corner here. We have a couple ponds up here and got some nice names for those. Crescent Pond here, it's kind of a seasonal pond. It doesn't actually have a drainage, but it is shaped like a crescent, so that was a nice name. And then if we move to the east here, that larger pond, which feeds the McBride Creek into McBride Lake, somebody suggested Crystal Pond. And I thought, it is kind of pretty up there like that, so that's nice. Here's a name. We had a few players who got a hold of a map that showed place names around this area, and there actually is a Buffalo Fork Creek that's just off the map here. And there's a place called Buffalo Creek Pass just off the map here, but it extends down through here a little bit, so that's a nice suggestion. Wanderer's Point here, another player suggested that, said you have to wander pretty far to find this spot, and it does have a real nice overview of the whole valley, so there we go for that. The terraces, this whole area's got this interesting geology with, there are terraces, and so, it's a nice descriptive, maybe a little elegant name. Head up there to set up your den on the terraces. And here we have Elk Tongue Overlook. Now that's a funny name, and if somebody just thought of that and suggested, I was like, that's a little weird. It's kind of a problem with coming up with names for a map for a real world place, is that you don't want anything that's too weird. But actually, if we zoom out a little bit here, we have Hornaday Creek flowing in from the mountains to the southeast. And if you go a little farther along upstream in Slough Creek, there's another creek called Elk Tongue. And there's actually an Elk Tongue park ranger station and campground. So letting that kind of spill out into our map and Elk Tongue Overlook, I just love that name. So there we go for that. Hornaday Creek flows into this area with this gravel fan, simple but descriptive. If you're wondering what that is just a lot of gravel and scree that's gotten washed down the Hornaday Creek slopes during big floods and forms this very distinctive fan shape. Internally, among the beta testers, we call this the parking lot, but we figured that wolves probably wouldn't get that reference, at least Yellowstone wolves wouldn't, so gravel fan it is. Again, just off the map is Bison Peak, and longtime players might remember the Bison Peak cutoff den site, so we decided to honor that a little bit with the Bison Peak bluffs. If you go up the steep slopes here, they get steeper and steeper, and there's some bluffs, so kind of like that. Aspen Heights, why not bring back that name for this area here? I kind of like the heights here because it overlooks First Meadow. Sandy Slopes, this on the map is not a real distinctive area, but if you're there's a couple dens there, and it really is a neat spot, so I like using that name there. Somebody suggested that. And bringing back the Saddle Meadows name here as well, just to have some carryover from the old game. So that's about how many names I wanted to add to the map. It's enough to be able to find stuff or tell somebody where you want to meet or reference points without getting too cluttered. So again, thank you for all the suggestions. Really fun to read those and see the reasons. And couldn't use them all, but we're real happy with the ones that we've chosen here. So these will be in the next patch as well. Again, probably coming next week. As I said, the teams are working on various things. Andrei has been slogging away, fixing one music bug after another, and he's almost through the list now. There's a couple tougher ones that may take longer to fix, but he's fixed a whole bunch of them. Mikko has rewritten the save game system, and that's going to mostly just give us a more robust code base for that functionality, but it also has some nice extra perks, like you can rename a wolf without having to duplicate it. So just rename a wolf and carry on with your save games. You can have two wolves with the same name, which hasn't really been a problem before, at least I don't think so, but some people have named their pups, given their pup the same name as an existing wolf, and that caused problems. So won't be a problem anymore. We also are hoping this is going to reduce the issue of corrupted games, just with a cleaner, stronger code base, less likely to happen because also put in some safeguards. So we won't really know about that till we get out there because those are quite rare, but super annoying when they happen. So got our fingers crossed on that. And everybody's chewing on bones today. This is just a bone chewing kind of day, I guess. And Tommi's been refactoring the scent system to make it more robust again and fix some bugs. As I said, all these improvements as well as the place names are not in the game yet, but they will be soon.